Hey guys, Professor Tom, I'm here with Matt and we're going to talk today about the concept of tightness. Starting a technique in Jiu-Jitsu with the utmost of tightness in mind, no space, and what it means by the end. It's one of the biggest black belt secrets. I wish I knew as a white belt. That's why I'm trying to teach it to you. Hey guys, let's have a look at this concept of tightness. Let's start off Z-guard Kimura. Same as our video from last week. If you do a Kimura like this, see all this space? It will not work. Not only are you weak here, as opposed to being here where you are strong, but this space is like this allows for variables out of your control, like chaos, to go forward and you will fail at things. So one of the biggest secrets that I learned, and I didn't learn it towards the pointy end of brown belt and black belt, is that how you start a technique will determine how it's finished. So if you start with a small amount of space, you'll end up with a big amount of space. If you start with no space, you should hopefully end up with no space. So if I was Kimuring Matt from here, I wouldn't hold him here. I would set it up like this. Again, look, no space. There's no space now, as opposed to all of that space. No space, okay? Let's have a look from a guillotine. I set Matt up. If I just grab in like this, or like this, with all this space under his neck. So I'm just gonna stand up, so you guys can stand here, like this, so you can see Matt's neck. But if I just grip like this and then hope a guillotine works, look at all this space. This is not how a guillotine works. Watch my right hand if I was to guillotine Matt. Around his neck, there is not a millimeter of space, and now my other hand comes in. Everything flaps in. We start tight, we end tight. Same as a rear naked choke. If I was here on Matt's back, and I come around, some people try to just choke like this with all this space. No, you gotta come right around and just get rid of all the space. Don't try to choke like this. They'll pull on these gaps, right? You need to come in, pushing in with your head and just coming around like this. No space. You can't have any space. Same thing with a footlock. Let's have a look at Matt's footlock. Difference between a white and a black belt footlock. You know, just grab them like this. No, there's all too much space. Let's have a look at taking that space out. Okay, so now there's no space between his legs and my attack. So now, quick tap, okay? As opposed to space, you'll fight forever. Not only are you weak, this all means movement. When I take the space out, and now it's tap, right? So same thing with an armbar. If I've got Matt in an armbar here. And I'm hoping to finish him from this position. Look, everything's loose. We can't start like this. I need to start as tight as possible. So we won't look at grip breaks now, but I want to be moving in, right? If I do cross my feet, I want everything tight. So my knees going tight, my head going tight as I lean. We can obviously go both ways. But for me, I would want to be tight here, like this. So see how there's no space? I don't want any space in this. And now I can start looking at my finish. I don't want to be holding like this with space. All this space is all negative for me, okay? So it's the same thing even if I was just to go to the mount position, not even looking at a submission now. If I hold like this with space, this isn't going to work well, okay? So while I want to keep my knees wide, I want to try to melt that space away. So I'm trying to take all the space I can away from that. I don't want any space. Same thing as inside control. If I hold him like this, it's too much space. So I start to melt that space away. Melt. Even here, getting into the armpit, we want to melt that space away, okay? So remember, guys, if you start a sweep, a submission, an escape, whatever it is, with anything other than the best body mechanics and no space, it's going to end badly. This is not a cooperative sport where people cooperate. You guys know that. In submission grappling, jiu-jitsu, you know, we try to kill each other. It's part of the deal. But at the same time, we need to understand that if you don't start a technique really tight and really controlled with no space and with as good a posture you can, it's just not going to finish well. It's just not going to work at a high level. So try to take all the space out at the start of your techniques, and you'll find a lot less will go wrong later. Okay, so it was one of the biggest black belt secrets, you know, that I think I came to learn on my journey, and it was right before black belt that I really felt I understood this. And then I noticed my submission rate went up, my control rate went up, and people stopped escaping because I locked all the gates at the start. I didn't just go for things and hope they wouldn't escape. I locked all the gates at the start, and then surprise, surprise, they were still locked at the end. So I really hope this transforms your game, guys. More of an ethereal lesson today, not a technique, but I think sometimes these principles can give more than techniques. So remember, no matter whether you're going for a Kimura, a guillotine, a rear naked choke, an armbar, a triangle, doesn't matter. Tightness from square one. Take away the space from square one, and you'll find by the end of it, it'll work a lot better. Hope you have fun, guys. I'm Coach Tom. I'll see you guys next time. If you want, you can follow me on social media at TomDavyBJJ on Instagram. And if you want to have this awesome Australian theme rash guard, you can head over to the Grapple Apparel website, check them out. They're a local company actually from my hometown, some friends of mine, so they've made me this sweet rash guard. I hope you guys like it. You can buy one in your size at the Grapple Apparel website. Take care.